So today we're going to check out the world famous Tennessee Jack Shack in Lynchburg, Tennessee. Now this place, small little shop, but with probably every single bottle of Jack Daniels you would ever want or have heard of, or probably not even heard of. So we're going to check it all out today, talk to the owner, see what it's all about. So the Jack Shack is open on Fridays and Saturdays from 8 till 4. If you leave the Jack Daniels gift shop, go across the bridge, head towards downtown. You can go either way around the square, but go up there past Company Distilling. Don't forget to stop in there and have a cocktail, see if Jeff's there, and then there you are, the Jack Shack. Check this place out, man. First, the owner.
Good, very good. You?
Dave.
Jeff.
How's it going, Jeff? So this is your store?
Yes, it is.
This is the mecca of Jack Daniels, man.
That's what we like to do. We like to have all the unique stuff and hard to get stuff that you can't find in other stores.
How long is it taking you to acquire all this stuff?
Realistically, we started about 2017. Opened up down here in Lynchburg. This is our third barbecue, so we've been open a little bit over 2 years.
Open Fridays and Saturdays.
Fridays, Saturdays, most time. Check us out on Facebook. We usually post on there as to if we're going to be closed at a certain time or anything.
Yep. So this is not your day job then? You work Monday to Friday, or?
No, I'm a retired guy.
Oh, nice.
Me and my wife are retired, so this is our little
retirement
gig.
That's a cool retirement gig. Yeah, man. You got like everything. Is there anything that you're looking for? Like, have you got anything that you don't?
I like to hunt for the unique stuff, the stuff that you're not going to find everywhere. You know,
Yep.
The common stuff, we have plenty of that. We want the stuff that the wow stuff.
Yeah.
So people walk in and can
Go,
go,
wow. Yeah, like the old what are those Centennial bottles or the?
Yeah, the Centennials, the 1895s. We've got several of those in the store already. In the back corner.
Right, I'm drinking the 1904 one, and it's just so good. Like old Jack Daniels. I had a 77 Jack Daniels, and old number 7 from 77 is nothing like old number 7 right now. Eh?
Oh no, absolutely not. Especially any of that old 90 proof juice is phenomenal.
And it's probably because I feel it's because they used to put all the Coy Hill and everything into old number 7 because that's all they had, right?
Correct.
And
Correct,
now they divide it out.
And plus, I think a lot of it is back in the old days. It was more producing what they doing a quality job, not quantity.
Exactly, yeah. We weren't making a billion barrels. Well, anyway, thank you, man. We'll
Thank you
see
very
you around.
much.
We'll have to talk about that 78 one day.
All right, buddy. Appreciate you.
So Jeff did say all these prices are negotiable. Obviously, he's priced these things high for people that just walk in and want them. But now you've watched Hiles Bourbon and you're in the know, so negotiate. Tell him Dave from Hiles Bourbon sent you and see if he'll do you a deal on something you want, because there's a lot here I want. So did you know that Jack Daniels actually made beer? Yeah, so the Pilsners, American Lagers, Pale Ales, and they did a whole selection of beer. This is probably back in the 90s, I believe. Yeah, it looked like they stopped in 97, so not too sure how good this beer is, but pretty cool bottles. And Jack Daniels, man, they have just enormous amount of memorabilia. Gentleman Jack that used to come in the box. Like, here's some big rockers, some big Gentleman Jack, probably 1.75, maybe even 3 liters coming up. Now, of course, you probably wouldn't come in here and buy a Sinatra. That little baby Sinatra is interesting, though. I've never actually seen them for sale. I've seen them online, but, you can probably get a Sinatra these days for $180, $160. What you can't get these days is these old number 27s. I'll tell you what, if you do see an old number 27, I would pick it up, especially if it's around the $100 retail price. These are all special edition ones. They go out into Asia for every year, year of the tiger, year of the turkey, year of the dragon, or whatever. But super cool. I've got a couple of these myself, and they're delicious. They're really good, and they're not making them anymore. But if you want something similar, go see Jeff Arnett. He is doing a maple finish because this was his baby, and when he left, they stopped making them. So there's a big 3 liter with a rocker. Now the rocker is hard to find. I'm hoping Jack Daniels will bring in the rocker with the new 3 liters, but as of yet, they don't have it. Of course, Jack Daniels sponsors a whole bunch of sports, NASCAR, Formula One, so there's a lot of that sort of stuff hanging around. It's a different glasses, and that is the cool thing about Jack Daniels. Even if you're not into the whiskey, you can get their glasses, their cups, it's almost sort of like Harley Davidson with their history and their Americana-ness, right? Some old shaped bottles down there. That Jack Daniels Master thing, I saw one, not that fancy, in Japan. And you see quite a few of them around here, but as you can see, this place is packed. He's got almost every single barrel. Some of these are very unique single barrel picks from different famous people or really good ones. Lots of different single barrels down here. Now, unless you were specifically looking for a single barrel, you knew this is where you'd come to get one of those. You probably just wouldn't come in here if you just wanted a rye, right? You'd go to one of the local stores because it'd be much cheaper. But if you were looking for a specific single barrel from someone you knew and it was long out of date, that's where you'd find it. Jack Daniels being such an international brand, there's so much stuff from overseas. It looks like Korean writing there on the honey. They do a bottle every year for the bike week, so that's another one that's pretty cool. And they normally have, Daytona Bike Week tags. You got some golf things. I actually have that water bottle. It's empty. It doesn't have water in it, but I could fill it up with water. It's a pretty cool one. Bunch of different single barrels there. And Jack has also had, different collaborations with like Indians and Harley Davidsons and rock stars, and there seems to be all the different Christmas ones that they bring out. There's Sturgis, of course. Always do a Sturgis bottle, which is always cool to pick up. Like I say, this place, you could wander around here for hours. They always do like kits, you get a glass and just good old number 7, but some of the old number 7, the older stuff, is actually really good. Like I said, I had a 1977, and man, it is nothing like the old number 7, an upside down one. So, there's all the misprints and stuff like that, which make them a collector's item. I do really like how he's got this all laid out too, all the stuff behind the cabinet, so it makes it harder to bump it. It is a small store, so couldn't get busy. So, and there's a lot of these replica bottle stuff that Jack Daniels has put out over the years. Some of them get very pricey because some of them are actually really good. I'm actually drinking the 1904 replica bottle. Almost done it, almost finished it, but it is really good. It is not old number 7. They did the Holiday Select series, which I think they did from like 2011 to 2014. They do anniversary bottles. That 150th, that is really good. So $2.75 for that. That's not really the worst price in the world, especially if you could talk them down. You get down to like $2.50. Man, you might be in the range of something good. Devin brought that over to a bottle share we had, and it is really damn good. So Lem Motlow, he was Jack Daniels' nephew or something like that, and he took over the distillery after Jack Daniels' death, and the Motlow family sort of ran it up until they sold to Brown-Forman back in the 50s. So Motlow tried to brand a bunch of different whiskies and stuff under his name. Not as common, but very rare now and quite valuable. Man, I'm old enough to remember those monogram things coming out even in New Zealand. They came out with little leather pouches, just had, I think, Gentleman Jack in it. Once again, I've been a big fan of it, so I think I even had one when I was 20 years old and drunk it, of course, because that's just what you did with Jack Daniels. You didn't save it, but that's the way things go. They also did a lot of before and after stuff. So it says a gold coffin box, $350. Some of these older bottles, you can tell by their shape, they're a little bit more rounded. And, you have to really check the age on that because it could be really old, knowing Jack Daniels. Here's a whole bunch of single barrel. They started their single barrel program, as we sort of know it, back in 97. But I think before that, they might have had these Silver Select, which were possibly 100 proof Jack Daniels. They still have some Silver Select in duty-free stores now, but you can tell by those old badges there are some older ones. Yeah, Jack Daniels pan. Cast iron pan, but you know, look at all the different boxes of the different picks, all branded up. Super cool. And they did that Master Distiller series. I think it was just old number 7, but they came in a box, one for every Master Distiller they had. So you should get the Jeff Arnett one and go take it to Jeff. There's some Jack Daniels Fire down there. That could probably stay there, but some pretty cool boxes. And then these rockers again. I think when I go to Australia next week, I might see if they have a really cool rocker over there, because 3-litre bottles never really went away from Australia that I know of. So I used to have a rocker. Maybe not that fancy, but $3.75. That's expensive for a rocker, but that is a nice one. So we'll just skip on past here, past the Coy Hills, and we'll talk about this cool thing up here. This is the Jack Daniels inaugural. So in 1907, Jack Daniels traveled to Nashville to hear President Roosevelt speak. So an 80 years anniversary of Roosevelt's formal inauguration in 1984, they released that bad boy, 1.7 litre decanter. That thing in the box, that was one of the first bottles that was able to be sold in Lynchburg since Prohibition. I think they brought out a couple of different revisions of that. Some old glasses, and then even empty bottles are worth stuff in the old Jack Daniels realm. Some more of those Barrel House 1 guys. I'm pretty sure these Master Distiller things down here are an international bottle. Like I say, I saw them in Japan, I've seen them overseas. I haven't really seen them around here except for in stores, and there's nothing much on the website about them, so comment below if you know what the story behind them are. So here are the Coy Hills. Now, the price on that one with the stand is $2,000, but it comes with the stand. It looks like there's only one of 40, maybe? So that's sort of what you're paying for. $900 for a just below hazmat. You know, these prices are secondary, but they're not too far off what you can get them on secondary. And if you take into the account that you can talk them down, there's a small batch for $1,500. And yeah, man, Coy Hills, goddamn delicious. I need a new small batch. I just don't have $1,500. Those were the original Heritage barrel guys, $400. You know, talking down $350 or something like that, you start to get in the round. And those are the original rye. So they were the barrel-proof rye. And they are the single malts. I'm not a fan of them. It's a Rosso cherry finished single malt. Just not my jam. And some good old Eric Churches. A whole bunch of Eric Churches. Both his first pick and his second one in the black bottle, which he tated up pretty awesome. Big fan of Jack Daniels. And then a whole bunch of 10s and 12s. And do we have any 14s down there? Not down there. Green Label Jack Daniels. Green Label Jack Daniels is just maybe a little bit younger and stored at the bottom. So a little bit more mellow, let's say, than old number 7. I used to be a big fan, and I actually have a bottle. Don't go back to it often, but it's one of those things I picked up around the way. So this awesome decanter is the Maxwell House decanter. That is an old hotel in Nashville, not just about coffee, and they exclusively sold Jack Daniels whiskey. So in 1971, they made this 1.5 litre version decanter to celebrate that. And then some more freaking gold medal ones. So there's the Centennial, which they did the Centennial of Tennessee, I think, and the Bicentennial of America. Super cool bottles. Some of the single malts. I prefer that Traveler's 1 litre single malt actually to the special edition one. It's about 7 proof lower. I don't really like either of them, but I'm getting a bit more into malt, so maybe I should give them another go. So as we get further around to the counter, we start getting into the older stuff. I do need another old 1978 bottle of Jack Daniels just because I drank my 77 and it was fantastic, and I really wouldn't mind getting another one for an upcoming birthday or something. So I might have to go talk to this guy about that at some point. And it wasn't too bad priced, I think. I think I saw a 78, like $275. Yeah, maybe talk him down to $250. It's an expensive bottle of old number 7, but it's going to be like 50 years old soon. So yeah, there it is, 1972. $275. It would probably be a pint back in the day. And some little mini ones. And, you know, the value's all different on the shape of the bottle, the rarity of it, right? Because you're not really buying the alcohol here. You're buying the collectible. Like, legally, that's what you're doing. You're not buying the alcohol. You're buying the collectible bottle, which alcohol happens to be in. There it is there, 1978. Looks nice and clear. High fill level. Good label. Oh, man, that's... maybe if I'd had a little bit more time, that might have been coming home with me. But as you can see there, just all sorts, all different years. And to have a bottle of your age, you know, you're not going to get a bottle of American whiskey from 78 any cheaper than that, than Jack Daniels. Because Jack Daniels made a mountain of them, even back in the day. And people don't really value them as much. Like, you imagine a 1978 Heaven Hill, or anything from Weller, you know, you put zeros on the end of that. So, and it is a very, very good whiskey. Hell, it was good enough for Frank Sinatra. So another cool decanter there, the silver coronet bottle. That's a really nice one. And even after you drink it, you know, you're gonna have a really cool bottle that you could use for a decanter or just put on the shelf. $1,300 for the gold medal one. So that 1904 there on the left. Sorry, that's the one I'm drinking right now. That's really good. He does have some other tater stuff, so we'll get to that in a little bit after we get through with all the Jack Daniels. So this is the Belle of Lincoln. So obviously the county they were in used to be Lincoln. Lincoln County process where they named the dripping through maple. So they used to sell a bottle. None of the original Belle of Lincoln decanters exist. So this was a replica made in 1979, but still very rare and yeah, very sought after. So now we get over to all the tatery stuff. Let's check this out. Got some Michter's Midwinter's Night's Dram. So once again, secondary prices here, but not, I don't believe museum prices, right? You've got some birthday bourbons there for $1,000, $800 at $1,000 one from 21. All of the birthday bourbons there, you know, ranging in that very high secondary value. What do we got up there? Some E.H. Taylor's. Yeah, you're not going to buy a small batch for $130 here unless you really wanted it. But you got $290 for a single barrel. Once again, I wouldn't know if I'd come in here. Look, 18-year marriage. What's that? $3,000? Ouch, a little bit expensive. But like I say, if you're coming in here, you want a bottle, you're in Lynchburg, this is where you can find it. And talk to Jeff and see what he can do your deal. Combine some bottles. I don't know, man. Got some BTEC up there. And good old Penelope. Just standard Penelope. Well, not standard. It's the cream brulee one and the marshmallow one. So, and then you can get the whole BTEC for 2019 BTEC for $6.50. Yeah, boom, done. Out the door. Probably throw in a couple of those little airplane bottles too. You're a good man. Some different Stags and Rock Hill Farms, like obviously pretty pricey, especially with just the market changes, right? You get a lot of stores in Tennessee like this where their pricing is more what it was maybe 6 or 8 months ago, 12 months ago, but everything's sort of becoming more available now, so you'll see prices on a lot of this stuff go down as the market sort of corrects. But at the end of the day, who's coming in here to buy a frickin' Knob Creek 12? Like, you've got to really ask yourself, what are you doing? But it's here. That's the main thing, right? It's here. That French oak. So I prefer the Spanish oak on that one. Some Wellers. Weller 12 seems to be a little bit more available. And Generations, that's a fantastic bottle. And old squat Weller hidden in the back there too. So yeah, focused on this for too much, but I know people like to tater bottles, but this is not what this store's about. And then this is back at the counter. You got all these Jack Daniels, right? You've got watches, you've got little ornaments, cars, bottle openers. They've just made everything and everything. Some more cool single barrels. So yeah, like I say, this place is definitely worth a visit. So if you're in the Lynchburg area, go check out Jack Daniels, of course, go check out Company Distilling, and go check out the Jack Shack. See if Jeff's in there. He probably will be. Friday, Saturdays, 8 till 4. Tell him Dave from House Bourbon sent you. And just hunt around, see what you can find, see what sort of deals you can do. So man, I hope you liked that. I found this place really cool, and I will definitely make it a stop whenever I am in the area. So thanks everybody for watching, and we will see you next time. There may be a bit of a delay. I've got some travel coming up, so we will see when the next video comes out, but it could be a international bourbon hunting one. So we'll see how that all goes. See you next time.